Looking at this water heater, it's not worked for the last 2 or 3 days. And what you should always do when you get these things is don't touch a thing, which is not what I did, because I got the breaker and I flipped that one off a few times, and I put the non-contact voltage tester by the cable to see if I had any power coming down there, and then I flicked the clock on and off a few times, and then we had some power down there. But what I've done is you can, if you're not careful, you end up, if something's intermittent, you won't get it working again, and then you don't know what was playing up. So we don't know. Could be the breaker, but the clock was still ticking, so I don't think it was the breaker. I've had them trip, but not the little arm not move, because that wouldn't last 3 days with no power, even with the backup. We didn't touch the thermostat, so we think that's okay. And I have since checked it, turned it around, it's clicked off and turned it back, and it's come on. So the third thing is the time clock, and I've turned it around to just before wherever that is, midnight. That's set to come on, and it should have turned on about a quarter of an hour ago, and yet we've still got still not pulling any current. So if I flick that little switch up, there we are, we're pulling 12 amps. So, and then we're still pulling, oh no, it took a while to drop. So I think the switching mechanism's worn out in there. But it always pays, before you start poking around with things, you're better off not touching anything until you've tested a few things first. Anyway, so we've got a new clock. Right. As you can see, that's a Sangamo time clock, 16 amp, so it's big enough to run that. That's the original one. Used to use a lot of these years ago. They were, well, that's original. Date on this piece of equipment is 97, so it's been in 23 years. Switching twice a day. Anyway, that's in. I've got it programmed. They come ready set with the date and the time, but we've had to adjust it because it was an hour out. For we're on summertime now, so I've got it set on. It would normally be off at this time of day, but I've got it set on. Since that's flashing, that is temporarily on. So when it gets to the next time it turns off, it'll right itself. But that'll get the water heating up. Oh, that's just gone off. We're putting about 11-12 amps. I think they're 3 kilowatt elements. So that's that sorted.